Hello, and thank you for listening to this episode of the Billy Newman Photo Podcast. My name is Billy Newman. I'm here today with Marina Hansen. How you doing, Marina?
Hey, Billy, I'm doing well.
Thanks so much for doing this podcast. We're in the studio. We're recording episode 78.
Woo!
That's a bunch. It's almost like it's
That's
a podcast.
so many.
Yeah. If the first 20 or something weren't super short, kind of silly, just me talking. Oh, what's this do? How's my sound equipment work? That's I think what the first bunch was. Is how do you work on a studio? Which really hasn't got much better than that. But thanks a lot, Marina, for making it much better. Doing a little conversational podcast, setting up the studio stuff, doing it for now like a year and a half, maybe.
Pretty long time. Thanks for having me on your show a bunch.
I
like doing them with you.
I like doing these too. I know that these are kind of the silly podcast, but it's fun. I like talking about the photographs and stuff, and that's been kind of cool. I think it's been like a week or so since the last time we put up a podcast. There's still been photographs going out, but working on a couple different things. I've been trying to clear my phone. I think you're working to clear your phone too, right?
I am. I had too many photos and videos on there. Could barely use it.
Yeah, I went out to record some videos last week. Oh man, it was so silly. So I was trying to do this thing where I was in my truck and I had to drive my truck up, but I wanted video of me driving through an area. So I had to set up the camera and then I started recording on my phone because I want to try and edit some stuff together with my phone. And then I got back in my truck and I backed up this kind of windy mountain road to get out of sight and then to pull through again to get that shot of the truck pulling through that area in the forest. So I could have that as B-roll footage if we try and edit something together later. And so I do all that and I get back and then I run out and I get the camera and I come back and I look at the footage and then, it didn't record it all because it was full. And it only recorded the part of the first part of me backing my truck up before the camera stopped on that stump that it was set up on out there for another minute and a half as I backed up and then drove back down. All for nothing.
Shoot.
All for nothing. Shoot. So that was why I committed to wiping my phone out, going into iTunes, plugging it in and doing that not restore from backup, but just restore your iPhone, make it fresh to that thing where it's that white screen that says welcome, hello, that, right, that little one. You slide it over and you just sign up everything, sign into your accounts for the first time again, kind of re-download apps and all those sorts of things. So I was trying to do that to wipe out a bunch of the apps that I don't really use often or didn't come into being something that I needed often. I had a bunch of those, it seems like. So I seemed to slim down a lot, but I added a couple others that are for productivity stuff or things that the one app I'm going to probably use a little bit more for that thing or that connects to whatever other thing I'm doing. Some of it's for the podcasting stuff that we're trying to do too. Try to set it up for that. And then trying for video stuff too is what I was hoping.
Yeah. What was that new video recording app that you got?
I like this one. Yeah. It's Video Shop. I'm probably not teaching anybody about it. Apparently it's the most popular video editing app that's in the App Store right now. But I was looking around. I think the last time I come into it was years ago when they put iMovie up on the App Store for a couple bucks or something like that. And I remember just on the iPod Touch back in the day, recording some video of some trips and then cutting the clips together on the iPod Touch and then posting it from that. And it was still kind of a clumsy interface. It was still trying to do that same sort of thing as the desktop did, where you could see just a little bit of the timeline and you kind of have to scroll down. It was a little bit goofy, it seemed like sometimes, for what you were trying to do. But I like this app, Video Shop. It's a little bit more like the Instagram interface, where there's whatever period where you record the video, however that is. You can set it up to be landscape or for portrait, for a vertical video, which has kind of come into fashion now.
Yeah.
If you want to make, let's say, your own custom Instagram story, that's a cut video and you want to post that, you could edit it with this as a vertical video with a few different pieces and then put it up as an Instagram story if that's what you're trying to produce. But it's kind of interesting that you can do those sorts of things. And Final Cut really still makes those types of things a little bit difficult. You have better control of your project files, whatever that means for you, or the raw file, how you set things up if you want manual settings and stuff. But this is really quite good for cutting together a 2 or 3 minute set of videos. A lot of the little clip videos I did in the past would have come out a lot better if I had used just this thing on my phone now, and my phone. The color quality of the HD video that I'm able to record on this, it's way better than the old cameras that I had,
Oh, yeah. It's crazy how much better.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I look at like a few of those old clips that I did where it was just like clips of like a hiking trip, something like that, you know, where you did this and this and this. And really all you do, it wasn't like a full video project, but you just kind of tighten up the beginning and the end of the clip. So you didn't get like a bunch of like shake as you grab the camera and put it down and then shut it off or whatever it was.
Yeah,
So you
sure.
kind of work the clips out, put them together, and then, you know, have it kind of be clip, 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 and then fade out. And that kind of editing, it's great for this kind of app. It's really easy. You just kind of set the clips in, put a transition, and then you can render it out and put it up straight to whatever video app that you want it to go to. But it's kind of cool. We should check it out later.
Yeah, that is cool. I was thinking of getting something like that set up on my phone too.
Yeah, we should do it definitely for your phone. And I think there's a couple projects that we have in mind that would be really cool for it too.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it'd be pretty fun. Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to do it. I think I want to show it to you after this. But yeah, I've been trying to do more stuff where the phone is like part of the studio of media that I'm able to produce from. I still want it to be this studio for the audio stuff and the podcast and all the good stuff. I kind of want that to be on the studio level. But there is this other tier of media within Snapchat or Instagram stories that I want it to be other types of content that I can record from the phone.
Yeah, I think that's a really cool idea. And I think it's really neat being able to do so much just on your phone now. Kind of like you were just saying a minute ago, like you probably wouldn't be able to put together videos that nicely or that easily just on your computer a while ago. And now you can do it on your phone. It's really true. No problem,
my gosh.
Which is really cool.
I was thinking of the time in high school that I spent watching things render. And then I watched just my little silly phone just bzzz, through HD video. I remember trying to capture. I have the mini DV tapes in the box up in the closet of like football games and whatever other silly things from school that I went out to record to get footage from to bring back to a Mac G4 back in like 2005, 2006, put it in, import it as an AVI file. It was like 2 gigabytes every minute.
Oh my gosh.
It was 2 gigabytes a minute. That's insane. What would that would be like 3 or 4 minutes. I don't know what they were thinking, but so you had to capture it from the tape media. Then you had to put that into your file, edit that. And it was standard definition too. It wasn't even HD footage as an AVI. That was before they had the H.264 compression stuff worked out. I think that's part of it. Or like the MP4 stuff. Shoot, you know, I don't really know that much about video formats. But I remember the AVIs, they were huge. And just to think about all the times I watched my little computer trying to chug through all night, like 8 hours to burn through like a 4 or 5 minute video of just some silly thing me and Ray and the other guys were doing. Like, and to watch my phone just do that during my lunch break while I'm listening to a podcast from the same iPhone. It was so silly.
Oh, yeah. It's come a long way.
Silly to see how much further ahead it's come. Just with like what you can do with video stuff. It'll be cool in like 10 years when you can just record a 3D scene from your phone.
Oh yeah.
Then play it back in real perspective in your hollow room. That'll be cool.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we gotta build a hollow room, Marina. We gotta start saving for it in like 2040 when they come out.
Oh yeah, gotta start saving now.
It'll be cool. You know they're gonna make it someday, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see like what comes of it in the future and stuff. I remember in college when I wasn't able to even get a hold of something that was HD, and I just had my little silly standard def camera. It was tough. Like I remember, but it's strange now thinking that I started college 10 years ago, like September 2007.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it means I'm old. That's what it means. I'm getting old. So I'm a decade past the start of college. Yeah, man, I wonder what it's like now. Seems nuts now.
Pretty nuts.
So I had 2 photos I wanted to talk about before we jumped out of here. The first one was a film photo. They're both from 2012. They're both film photographs that I took with this FG20, this film camera, this manual focus film camera that I was working with a lot during 2012. And I liked working with that camera a bunch. I remember going through that road trip that we were on, and just stopping at all those silly little different places to try and get film developed. Like how few, like in California, we were there trying to get film developed. And we hit a Payless and hit a Walgreens. Like, oh no, we don't have that. We don't have 1 hour photo anymore. We just have this digital thing now.
Yeah,
none of those are around in this city.
That. Yeah, I mean, that was a hard part of trying to do film while we were traveling.
Yeah, it was, and it just ended up getting harder over the last couple of years. I mean, now even in Eugene, it's just that one specialty film, Photoshop.
Yeah, that's the thing that they do.
Yeah, I think that's what they do. But for this photo, it was an image of Mule Creek Canyon down on the lower Rogue River in the wild and scenic section of the Rogue. And that's down past Grants Pass as you go downriver from Grants Pass, past Merlin, through the Hellgate Canyon. And you get deep down in there. It's really just wilderness down there. I don't know if it's the Siskiyous or the coastal range that those mountains are part of, but those mountains are pretty intense. They're pretty steep, like you remember hiking through.
I do.
And so this section of the river, it's kind of interesting because the Rogue River is wide. You know, in some sections it's 100, 150 feet wide. It's probably maybe a dam involved, but I think even up in town it could be that wide. But in this section of the river, it gets it's funneled into a tight channel of rock that's really steep and really tumultuous. You can kind of see that it's sort of bubbling and there's these undercurrents and stuff, which is not a place I'd really want to go through afloat. I think it's taken a lot of people's lives over the year too. But it's this really narrow, steep, rock-walled canyon. That's the Mule Creek Canyon. I think where Mule Creek flows into the Rogue River, I think is why it's called that. You're still in the Rogue River, of course. But it's cool. It's a cool spot down there. It's just down from the ranch, which I think is the farthest point we could drive into. So we hiked in from there in 2012, set up camp for a couple days. That was cool. We waited for the drift boats that are part of the fishing trips to go by. Do you remember that?
Oh, right. Yeah, that was so crazy to watch. The drift boats that the fishermen have are wooden.
Right. Yeah.
And not rafts.
Yeah.
Not just rubber rafts that can handle hitting rocks if they end up doing that. And it's crazy watching them navigate through that really rough, tight water with they can't touch anything at all. And they don't. They through like pros.
I don't know how they ace that stuff. Yeah. It was really amazing to watch some of that, but it was a cool spot to watch them watch people.
Yeah. Really
take
cool
their
view
boats
of
through
it.
there. Yeah, and I liked it. And it was cool. In this photograph, that's one thing I liked. And that other time we went down the lower Rogue River too through the Mule Creek Canyon was kind of a similar situation. But it's cool because the rock is really dark. It's that dark basalt, I think.
I think so.
But it's that dark rock that goes down to the water. And that's pretty dark too. It doesn't really pull a lot of light because it's black. But the cool thing is the sides of the canyon are pretty steep. And in the late afternoon, what happens is most of the canyon and the water and the river is in shade, and up against that black rock, it's really pretty dark. But the north-facing wall of the mountain has a lot of that afternoon sunlight hitting it, especially through all the summer and such. And it's really tall, so that whole side of the hill is kind of a tan color, because it's dry or a tan green color of whatever the foliage is. But the cool thing is that light is reflected down onto the top surface of the water, and that's where you get a lot of the reflection when you're at a low angle, looking across the black rocks and stuff, but you still see a really bright coppery yellow color across the top of the water.
Yeah.
It's a cool part to photograph. It's kind of fun.
It is. It looks like a neat spot too. The way the water sort of meanders through.
Yeah, I like it.
The rocks.
It's interesting how it goes through, and there's a bit of shape to it. I liked the photo that I've taken. I like a few of the other pictures that I've taken since I've become maybe a little bit better, had a better perspective to take stuff from. But it was a cool picture to take, and I liked that that camping trip back in the day, going down the lower Rogue.
Yeah,
that section was cool. There's a few other photos that'll probably come out from that section too.
Oh, that would be really cool to see again.
Yeah, I really want some of those to come up. In fact, I want to go back through the original roll and see what was there, and maybe if at the time I didn't pull as much stuff out.
Yeah.
That I could post now. There's probably a handful of other photos that, were kind of similar images at the time that I never bothered to edit through.
Yeah.
I was wondering. I'm not sure.
You should go through them again.
I should, yeah. The other picture that I had that went up was an image of El Capitan in the Yosemite Valley. And it was kind of right near the end of the day. What was that, mid-November? So it was just like, maybe what was it, month? It was like a month and a half after this camping trip up at Mule Creek on that trip that we had going. So from Southern Oregon to, I don't know, that part of California where Yosemite is. That was kind of our trip in between the start of October to the middle of November when we were in Yosemite. And I took this other film photograph of El Capitan at the end of the day. And the cool thing about this one is you see the shaded wall of El Capitan, but you also see this bright kind of illuminated rim of it from that southwest setting sun. And it's kind of cool. I like that angle of it to get just a little bit of a highlight of a feature of the light that was coming into the valley.
Yeah, it's a cool angle of it too. It kind of shows you how impressively it's sized.
Oh yeah, it's such a huge mountain. Yeah, it's really big. It's cool. I would love to go back there sometime.
Oh man, me too.
We should go back to everywhere. That would be really,
we should. At least one more time.
Well, yeah, it's definitely time, I think, to make another round of it. It's probably like something we should do. We should have like a little circuit every 2 or 3 years where we like
we should.
Yeah. But it should get bigger too. It should be the world.
Yeah, it should. Yeah,
so we gotta build it out every year.
I wanna go during a different season, or maybe like a little bit earlier, because when we went to Yosemite, it was right around our birthday in mid-November.
Right. Yeah.
And it was very snowy, so I think it was just that lower section of the roads that were actually open to us, and we really didn't get to drive quite everywhere, and we didn't get to hike everywhere either.
I think
it'd be really cool to get to be there during a different time of year when you get to see it not covered in snow.
I've been interested. Yeah. What I have heard a little bit is since in like the last 10 years, since outdoor travel has become kind of the hot thing, it's really kind of tough, even right now, but it's kind of tough to get backcountry permits now.
Oh yeah. It's just like, fill up years in advance.
Yeah. Like, I guess with Yosemite specifically, but yeah, like in the summertime, a lot of those back trails will be crowded out.
Oh man.
And then I guess like that you have to do it deeper into the wintertime. Like you have to like kind of do snow camping or something. You go out and
outlast the other people who'd be camping.
It seems like a little bit of that. Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
We got to get into our snow camping gear.
Oh yeah,
get a all season tent.
We got to build it up over time. Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea. It'd be kind of cool to do.
I think it'd be cool.
Yeah. We'll try and figure out the right way to do it, because I probably want to be around stuff, like set it up on the truck kind of thing. I
do. Yeah. Now that you say that, that is really the direction that I like for snow camping. Yeah. Maybe once we're more seasoned in our 4-season camping.
We'll get into snow camping.
But I like the idea of snow camping in a cool spot, and then the truck being nearby.
Yeah, well,
or the truck being the camping.
I like the idea of getting some cold weather sleeping bags. Maybe that'd be a good starting place for winter camping.
Cool truck setup.
Yeah, we can sleep in the truck or have our tent set up in a good way. I mean, those are Nemo tents. I mean, they're 3-season tents, I understand, but they're kind of set up to be
if we're not
good in some places.
Yeah, if we're not getting into really intense winter backpacking camping, then we could probably use our Nemo tent I think our Nemo tent could handle some snow
for some stuff for a while. We should look at what a winter, like a 4-season tent is.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. I don't really know.
I don't know either. I picture a slightly tougher bottom.
Oh yeah.
The material's made out of, maybe.
Sure. I could see a few things like that.
Maybe like the way the top fly holds down is maybe different.
I'd wonder too. I'm not really sure. Yeah, we can kind of look around at some different stuff. I figure that there should probably be some thicker, heavier materials or something, like more insulated materials. I'd always figured it was.
But I don't know.
I'd always figured there was like kind of a quilted rain top or something, or
or like a space blanket style.
Yeah, just something like that. Little puffy or something.
Yeah.
But yeah,
something insulating.
Yeah, I've never really been quite sure. When I look at those Arctic tents, they still seem a little bit under.
Yeah, it's still just underbuilt, I guess.
Yeah. We're probably thinking like big, heavy canvas tents, or something like that.
That's what I really want.
Yeah,
I want a tent that's probably like 40 pounds to carry. Nice, heavy.
You can carry that one, Marina.
Set it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think heavy sleeping bags are a good idea, though.
Yeah, we should look into that.
Cool truck setup.
I guess we'll be moving out of the winter season here pretty soon, but
thank goodness.
But yeah, I want to jump on camping soon.
Me too. I want to get into our spring camping really right away.
Yeah, I'm hoping that the weather lends itself to that idea. Some years are better for that.
It's been really wet here. That's really bad.
Really wet this year.
I would be more okay with cold, but it's really like just muddy and wet everywhere.
Muddy and wet is what I don't want to do. But
and not not too picturesque.
Oh,
for
yeah.
anything we
No,
have
it's totally
around.
true. I want it to be worth it for us. So yeah, let's
Yeah, me
wait
too.
until it's happening, but then let's
Right on it.
do it a lot once it's happening. If
Yeah.
if we can, to the
Me
best
too.
we can.
Yeah.
But I think, well, we were talking a little bit too about just wanting to get more time in doing certain types of photo things. And
Yeah.
there's like a lot of things that are on my mind to try and do that would probably come about better if we have more nights out, sunrises, sunsets, times that we were trying to get to a spot that was really spectacular.
Yeah.
And
as soon as the weather's good for it, I think it would be great. I want to be like really using our weekends for that and just getting out.
Yeah.
As much as we can.
Even in the summer, I really want to try and just do the middle of the week.
Oh, me too.
Summer.
Yeah. We should do during the summer, we should try to do as many really early mornings as we can.
Oh, that'd be great.
And then we should try to do some like early afternoon trips out. Like you can start your work day early and then get home kind of early.
It'd be fun to get up at like 4 or something and
I think
off.
it'd be really fun. Man, it's so much easier in the summer too. Like, I mean, we get up around like 5 and 6 now and it's winter.
Yeah.
When it's actually light outside.
I'm hoping
I think
we jump on it.
4 or 5 would be pretty achievable.
We got to try it. We got to do it this year, Marina.
Yeah.
2017. Got
to use the whole day.
It seems like to get.
Man, you have just like a whole nother day. It makes such a big difference.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're there for it, you really can.
Yeah. Well, you can have like your whole day
and
then be done at 2 and then just have a relaxed day for the rest of your day. Or you can have just a gigantic day. Gigantic power day.
Power days.
Which I'm pretty into too.
I want to try to do some power days with you. It'd be cool.
I want to do some power days that include like cool
naps,
kayaks, cool kayak adventures.
I'd love to do some kayaking.
We should do, when it's summer, we should do some cool kayak adventures and we should take our hammocks out too. We have, I don't know if we've ever talked about it on the podcast, but we have some hammocks set up in our apartment.
Apartment hammocks.
We have one in the kitchen. But they're outdoors hammocks, though. We take them camping with us when the weather's good.
Yeah, you
but,
can just strap them up
I want to take them out. It's been
we
so
got
long.
to do it. Yeah, I really want to do that.
Yeah, I want to get into some cool power days that are like that, where we have like really early mornings and get all of our work done, and then head out for the afternoon and do cool kayak trips and photos and hanging out in the hammock in a cool spot.
I want that real bad. Yeah, that'd be great.
I think it'd be cool.
I think it'd be real exciting.
Yeah, I think extra early mornings are going to be our answer for cool spring and summer stuff. It's only like an hour earlier than
we gotta try it. Yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool.
I think we could do it.
I think it'd be a lot of fun. Well, thanks, Marina, for doing this podcast. Talking about a couple
thanks
photos.
for having me on.
It's cool. Thanks for doing episode 78. We're coming in to number 80.
Oh man!
Whoa! Episode 100 in a while. I don't know, but as slow as I end up making them, it's going to be a long time from now. But we should try and get to 100
next couple months.
Yeah, we should try and
get there faster than you think.
I think so too. Yeah, we put a lot of them together, and I think it'd be fun. It'd be cool to get up past 100, do a few more.
Woo! We'll have to do something special for episode 100.
So special.
We'll probably be into some camping stuff by then.
I hope we get to do some camping by then.
Next month or so.
It'd be cool. Well, thanks for doing this podcast. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Billy.
So on behalf of Marina Hansen, my name is Billy Newman, and thank you very much for listening to this episode of the Billy Newman Photo Podcast.